My name's Deborah Beck and I'm a jewellery designer and maker based in Holmfirth, West Yorkshire. Holmfirth is on the edge of the Pennines and the Peak District. There's pretty much a hill in every direction, but there's some really stunning scenery too. The collection I'm showcasing at Shine 22 is called Plasticity, and it's inspired by the impact of human activity on the planet. The collection features wearable art sculptures that are fabricated in recycled metals and unwanted waste materials, in this case, single-use plastic. I collect plastic litter. It's mostly bottle tops and the occasional bottle when I'm out walking my two Spanish rescue dogs. We go along the local river and pathways. I recycle the plastic litter that I've collected back here at my studio. The plastic is HDPE, so it's perfectly safe to melt down in the home environment. Provided you keep it below a certain temperature, it's non-toxic. It's a lengthy process to melt it down. I use a heated press to do mine, but first you've got to clean it and maybe cut it into smaller pieces. And then, depending on the effects you want to achieve, there's different ways of mixing it during the heating process. But I will always sort of twist mine and fold it, maybe knead it, possibly cut it up. Anyway, it gives you some really interesting and varied patterns during this process. So once the plastic has been mixed and melted, it needs to be compressed and allowed to cool. And I end up with sheets of new raw material. I'll cut into these sheets using a jeweller's saw with a wax saw blade, and I usually go for abstract shapes dictated by the patterns. So after cutting out the abstract shapes, I'll use hand tools to shape and refine each piece. I like to achieve a matte or a slightly buttery looking finish to the plastic rather than like a high gloss effect. I never fail to be amazed at some of the really beautiful results that you can achieve. I think they look as nice as any gemstones when set within the silver structures. The structures that I create out of recycled silver are inspired by the straight lines of human industry. So there's pylons, masts, city skylines, scaffolding. I created this single horizon feature by taking fragments from photographs I'd taken and sketches I'd done of the industrial inspiration. It's important to me that the feature symbol and the settings help to elevate the recycled plastic into a higher end, more desirable item of jewellery. So I like to keep the settings open as much as possible. So I use techniques such as riveting and prong setting in most of my pieces, rather than encasing the plastic in an enclosed bezel. I think that my favourite item in the collection is actually one of the simpler everyday pieces, and I wear mine all the time. It's the little riveted necklace. I think it's got like a spiky personality. It's a bit like a mini explosion. It always gets commented on when I wear it, and also it's one of the most popular items in the collection.